talk about the loft command. I'll just create a circle here, a small, reasonable big circle and a very small circle. And I will come to front and I will draw a line. Click. If you want to draw the exactly straight line, you press the shift and drag. So I have three objects here, two circles, one bigger circle, smaller circle, and a line. I can extrude this object through this line. So this line is called path, and these are called shapes. So I will select the path. I'll go to compound objects. There are a lot of other options here. Loft. I click the loft. So there are many options available here. Since I have selected the path, you have to use get shape. If you have selected the shape, then you have to use get path. Since we have selected the path, I will use get shape and just click circle. You see that? That extruded through that path. Okay. I want to make a small bottle by using this circle and this line. So I have selected this compound object, Boolean. Sorry, not Boolean. Loft. I will select the bigger circle. Get shape. Select this. It completely pass through that path. Okay, I will just make it to wireframe. You can see that there is a small arrow here. A small arrow. Can you see that? There is a small arrow. So that is the end of that path, which is 0. And top of that path is 100. You see here? 0. The path is 0. Okay. So when you selected the object shape, it started from here and extruded like this. I can move this point anywhere. Suppose I make it to 50. You can see that the point has moved to 50th person. And there I will give the small get shape and select the small one. You see that? Okay. I'll just undo this. So instead of 50, I will make it to 80. So my cursor has moved to 80 here. Now get shape, select this. You can see it's a little better now. Okay. And when you select these objects, you can originally move here, or you can take an instant copy or reference copy. Here he is taking instant copy. That means when you change this object, it will change here also. Okay. For example, let me select this one. I will change the, okay. See, I can, when I make it bigger, smaller, other things also changes. So that is the purpose of using the instance. Okay. So here, the bottle is not that much correct. So what we have to do is we will put that circle. The bigger circle started from here and it actually goes in changing to this one. Suppose we select this object, modify it. I will go to 50 and select that bigger circle again. Get shape. See, little more better. Is it not? Otherwise, it was just coming from here to here. It was changing. Since I put at the 50, another circle again, so the shape has changed. Okay. So now using this circle, you can change the shape of this bottle. So it's a very, very powerful command, loft, by which you can loft different shapes. It need not be circle, it can be anything. Okay. And you can change this also. Let me make another 2D shape. Suppose let me create a helix. I created one helix. I created one helix. Okay, now I'm creating two shapes. One small circle and one star. Okay, I create the slight changes in the star. Minor change I made. Now I will select. This is my path. I'll go to create panel, command, loft object, get shape. Clear? Because I selected a circle, so it passed through that one. I will go to path 100. And I will select the get path and select this one. You can see the object has changed. So from circle, it went to star. So you can keep any shape in between, you can make different models. So that is the power of loft. Okay. After this, you can change the size of, you can make it bigger, smaller, and other thing you can make. And suppose you want to see how, now we selected circle here and star here. If you want to see that, will go down. There is a skin parameters here. I remove the skin. Some problem there. Usually, when you remove the skin, you will see this completely. Maybe some error in my laptop. There is some error is coming. Okay, so when you remove the skin, because it is screen is there now. When you remove the skin, remove the tick mark, there is no skin, so you will see this option. It's because of the memory problem. You require a lot of memory for this and some other comments, especially for compound object. You require a lot of memory. You can try it. When you remove the skin, you will see how it has been created. Okay, and if here there is a deformation here. Now, you see this, some deformations, very, very interesting. This is scale deformation. Okay, now what happens is this 100% changing. 100% circle here, 100% star here. I can adjust the scale from using the deformation. See how it affects. Everyone, please listen. I click the scale deformation. And you can see there is a red line here, which shows that there is no scaling now. Whatever size circle, whatever size the star, it has gone and fit there. You can adjust by moving these points. So this is 100%. You can see here 100% scale, no change. Suppose I select this move command and I'll move. You can see that this is scaling. See, scaling. Can do the scaling. So this is using the scale. Okay. Suppose I use the twist. Listen, please. Suppose I use the twist. There is no twist now. I'll move this. You see, the object is getting twisted. The cross section is twisting. Okay. I can off it. Tether. This also twist the shape in a different angle. You see, so some complicated object you can make using this thing. I'll switch off this and bevel. Okay. So sometimes you don't use that. So you can use the deformation scaling also. Separate example is required to explain you more about this. This object has been created from circle to star. Circle is at 0 and star is at center. Suppose you want to continue the round circle up to 50%. You don't want to change from here, sir. So we can go to loft object and go to 50%. I will get shape and select the circle again there. Click. You can see here, it becomes circle up to 50%. And from there, it turns. Clear? Suppose I want to make this circle bigger. I can do two things. One is if I click here, go to modify, change this. You can see it is changing, right? You can change it. I can do changes within the loft object itself if I want. I will select the loft object. You go to modifier star. You can see there is a loft here. Click this and you can see path and shape. I will select the shape. Let me use the wireframe. I will select here, click. You can see this circle you have selected. I want to change only this circle here now. So instead of changing here, I am going to change here. So what I did, I went to loft, select the sub-object shape, select this object. I will use the scale, make it bigger, you see. This was not happening when you change this circle. When you change the circle, it was completely starting from here. But if I want independently, I can change by selecting that particular thing. By going to loft, shape, and select the shape and make modification. Clear? When you change here, it's completely changing. Now you change only here. So the effect is different. So you can edit your loft object after going from here also. Okay, just try. go to loft objects, select the shape and scale that shape and select the shape, and you have to go to wireframe, otherwise no selection will be difficult. Try a command called scatter. This is very, very useful when you want to keep some item repeated in a place. Let me first I draw a plane. I have a plane here. I'll give more segments for this. 25, 25. So I've drawn a plane with a 25, 25 segment. I'm going to apply a modifier called noise. Noise modifier. We learned it long back, but I'll just explain. Then I will change some parameters. For example, strength parameters I'm changing. Scale parameter I'm changing. You can see minor changes here. We'll apply another color here so it'll be more clear. You can see when I change the scale, my plane is getting so this is not a plane undulations in the ground. Okay. I created a plane with 25, 25 segment, then applied a noise modifier. Now I will create a tree. AUC extended, foliage. I will create one tree. I have a tree here. I can change the parameters of the tree. Maybe I will increase the height. I want to put the trees here. Okay, here we can use the command called scatter. So I select the tree, then go to compound objects, scatter. Some parameters have come. Now I have to select this all. So I selected this, applied the scatter, pick the distribution object. This is my distribution object. Pick, click. So the tree has moved here. I can change the numbers, you see. I can add, automatically it is adding. Small parameters you can try and change and see. Minor changes can happen when you change the values here. Now all these trees are perpendicular to the place where, if I remove the perpendicular tick mark, earlier when there is an up, that up, wherever the tree is there, from there 9 is perpendicular for that particular place. When I remove that perpendicular, it is ordinary placing wherever it is placed. So how you want, you can use, whether you want perpendicular or. Okay, so you can use perpendicular. Now when you remove the perpendicular, it is just putting everywhere as how it was like that. When you keep the perpendicular on, every place where it goes and see up and down based on that one, it keeps 90 degrees. I remove this. And here you can some scattering things, how you want the scattering and everything. You have to try different technique and use how you want to scatter the trees. The minimum options available here, which you see every vertices, so many, because so many vertices are there. Wherever our segments join together, that there is a vertex there. So your trees are completely filled with the vertices, edges. Okay. So we have to try a different thing, and how you want it, you have to fix it. So this is scatter, which is a part of our combined objects. Okay, write down the notes, then we can practice. Scatter. You see the trees are scattered. You can create some trees and scatter, and you can make a small rock piece, and again you can use the scatter and place different places. So that's how you adjust the site landscaping. I created a rectangle here. When I create another object, so these are separate objects, right? This is one object and another object. Both are separate, but I want to combine this together. So I will say undo. When you create new object, because there is a tick mark here, that is why new objects are coming. Tick mark. This says that new object. That is why when you create, every time separate objects are coming. When I remove the tick mark, see, start new shape is removed. Now whatever you draw, it is a part of this drawing, this rectangle. Okay, I'll create a small rectangle here. I'll create a small rectangle here. I will create a small circle here. So all this became single piece now, single object. That is combined shape. Okay. So now from this one, I want to subtract this piece, add this piece, add this piece. So here the shape is going to help us. Okay. So how will you do that? So it's a shape Boolean. That's what we are going to learn. Boolean are a method of combining two or more SP lines together, and you will apply edit SP line modifier. So you created, since you have removed the tick mark, everything is combined. It is a single object. I will go to modifier, apply, edit. Which one you have to apply? There are a lot of edit SP line. Okay, there are a lot of editing application available there. You use edit SP line. I'll go to modifier list. Just type E, edit, spline. So this is I applied to my object. And when you click this arrow, you can see vertex. So these are the vertexes. Are you listening? So vertex have come. Segment. This is segment. This is a segment. The portion between two vertices is called segment. Spline. This is one spline, another one, another one, another one. Okay. So I will select the bigger one, mean one. Spline, select the big one, go down. You can see there Boolean are there, Boolean. So this is union, subtraction, intersection. So I'll use the union now, Boolean. I want to add this, click, click. See this point joined. Okay, it added. I want to subtract this circle. So I will go to this one, subtraction. Now Boolean. Click. It cut there. You see how your shape become? So you can make any complicated type of shape by using the shape Boolean. Got some idea? Okay. So what are the steps? Write down. Write down. Shape Booleans. Draw these pictures. After drawing like this, you get like this. Booleans are a method of combining Booleans are a method of combining two overlapping splines. It should be overlapping together, not far away, to produce a new spline. After that, you have to apply edit a spline and select the Boolean operation. So what are the steps? First, you create a rectangle. Uncheck, create new shape, the tick mark. Now, the new shapes created will be combined because you remove the tick mark. Create few rectangles and circle inside and edge of this rectangle. So this is our total rectangle here. I remove the tick mark, very important. Now I have drawn a rectangle here, and one circle here. Since you have removed the tick mark, all the objects will be combined in a single piece. The steps are here. Create a rectangle, uncheck, create new shape, tick mark that. Now the new shape created will be combined. Create few rectangles and circle inside and the edges of the rectangle. Then apply edit spline modifier. Edit spline modifier, very important. Now select the spline from sub-objects. Select spline from sub-objects. Select main rectangle. I will repeat again. I will show you again how it works. Select union, subtraction, etc., and click the Boolean.